So I hope everyone had fun building their own component library. Um, it, it does. I've seen a few avatars going on Discord, so I see some of you have managed to do it. If not, don't worry, it's not super easy to do. So let's just uh, dive in, and already spinned up my histoire with the pnpm run story.dev. I'm sorry that I only use pnpm for now. Normally I would use bun, but I thought pnpm would be more accessible for everyone. So this is what I got. I heard some people got like a UI or not, but as long as there are no errors, that's good. So first thing that we want to do is we want to create the avatar. So let's take a look at the Ark UI documentation about the avatar. So that's an example, and that's the anatomy of the avatar component, and that's an example component on how to use it. So what I did first, what we shall do first is just create our avatar component. I'm going to copy this because it's a good starting point. And inside library under source, I'm going to create a new file in the, let's say, avatar folder, calling forge avatar.vue. So we have a single file component. I will just copy this because this is a good start, right? To see if it's working. What I will be doing then, let's check it out on our histoire, right? So story dot I think it's .view. And there we will quickly create like let's just do this for now. What we do, I need a new snippet. So if anyone else has a new VS Code snippet thing where the template is under the script tag, please let me know. but it's all right. So what I will do is will import the Forge avatar, and then I will dive into more on the Ark avatar itself. But I first want to see if I got it working, right? Forge avatar from Forge avatar. All right, then we don't need style, and we will clean this up a little. Okay, I don't know. Yeah, what this is. We'll see. Okay. Then we will indeed create a story with a variant default in there. There we go. Let's see. Maybe I need to reload my. Okay, that's my EDA. Okay, no, it's not happy. What did I do wrong? Oh, my bad. It's not a named export. That's not a rookie mistake, but okay. So now we go back to histoire and let's see what we got. Okay, now we have one story, this thing. And let's see, we have our avatar. Perfect. Right now, it's not really a usable component, but now we know that histoire is working and that the code of the avatar is working. And from there, we can make changes. I think that's, for me, that was the easiest way, or I think that's the easiest way to do this. So then we can tweak it so it's useful for the consumer of our library to use. Now we have the avatar, and the first thing that I want to look at is the anatomy. It's a big part of Ark UI that the components have different anatomy parts, like sections, which is here the root. It's like the parent wrapper of the component. And it then also has an image, which you can see here. This is the image. And there is also a fallback. This is the part that is shown when the image isn't loaded yet or something went wrong fetching the image. Then we will show this with initials of the user. And it's put in these 3 parts, and it has every part stated here as a data part attribute on it, to help identify them in the DOM. This is useful if you want to do the styling, for example, or do any DOM manipulations to it. So we have the avatar.root part. If you really don't like the dot notation, it is possible to import avatar root and avatar fallback, avatar image as like, what is it? I think it's, camel case. No, it's Pascal case. Sorry, my bad. But yeah, that's kind of up to you. I like to follow this with the dot notation. Okay, now let's just change our avatar so that it can be used by other users of component library, right? And it's not just this hard-coded thing. So first thing that I want to do is I want to create some properties and emits. By doing this, the avatar component already has some from Ark UI. And we will use them and we will extend those with those that we think we need. For example, I want the source of the image and the alt of the image and the initials of the image, like the name of the avatar person, to be a prop. So what we can do is we first will just import those prop types and prop emits from the Ark UI Vue avatar. I'm going to change this into just the whole component because we will need something from the main package and not just from the avatar package. So we'll start with the typed import. There is like a very good explanation why you use type import in the Discord already. So check that out if you're interested in that. So avatar and then root, because we need the props and the emits from the root of the avatar component. And then we have props. We also will use the avatar root emits from here. Now that we have this, we will create a new prop extending the avatar root prop. So let's just start with interface, let's say, props or avatar props, it doesn't matter. Thank you, Copilot. Extends the avatar root props. And we're going to extend them indeed with the source and the alt. Not the alt. I don't want the alt. I want the name. And here I can make them required so that the user will have to use them. Now we're going to define the props and the emits like you do in a single file component. So we're using define props, and we will use the type avatar props for this. Yes. And then we also will define the emits, and we will use the avatar root emits because we don't need to change anything there. That's good to go. Okay, now we'll custom to a variable. So const props is that, and const emits is this. All right. What we want to do now is we want to bind them or put them on the avatar root. And one way to do this is to combine them in a object that is easiest to set to the vbind directive. So for that we have a function, and that's the use forwarded props emits function. And this will like create an object of the props and the emits, so we can bind it. So we create that. So forward it. I'm just calling it that, and there we go. And this I use the vbind for, and put that on there. So that should make sure that the existing props of the Ark UI component and the ones that we extended it with and emits also work now. Okay, perfect. Let's just try and change, for example, the source into one of our the prop source that we created, right? One way you can do it is with props dot there's the about and whatever, but we need source. Another thing you can do is just leave out the props, if I'm correct, but we'll leave it like this. And same for the alt text, we will just do use the name prop for this. So prop.name. We'll keep it this way. All right. So if we change the story now, because now it's not going to work, into, let's say, source, I'm going to, I don't know what image I'm going to use yet. I have to copy it somewhere. And then name, let's say, my name. Let's just, for example, use the, where is the docs? As you can see right now, this is the fallback, by the way. So that's working. That's good. I don't know yet why it's using PA. So I have to maybe we'll look into that. So I'm going to use this app. There we go. There we go. Okay. Why is it not happy? What? I don't see yet what I did wrong. Let me just check. Source, yeah. Should be happy. What did I do wrong? Maybe it's, yeah, what am I doing? it's yeah, whatever, no excuses needed there. So that should be working. That should be working. The fallback, that's why it's just showing PA, because it's still hard coded. We will fix that in a minute. So if we check the avatar, we got a new avatar, and it's still working thanks to the props that we're giving into. So if I, for example, now create another variant of my stories, just to trigger the fallback. Like I said, when we have a bad source, that's like not correct or something. Let's just say a bad source, doesn't matter, or it's not filled in. It should go to the fallback. So let's just check that out, and that seems to work pretty well. Okay. Now, let's do our next thing, right? So let's create a computed value to generate the initials of the name, so from the props.name. So for this, I'm going to import computed from Vue, and I'm gonna create a function const get initials. It's gonna be computed, and indeed it's going to split a few things. It's going to we're going to split up the name and take the first letters of the first two parts. So let's create the function. Let's just return the props.name, split it like it's suggesting. Okay. Nope, I need this. The curly brackets, thank you. Then I will map app, the part of this. I'm bad at typing right now. Part, first part, slice the first two character of it, and then just join it. Yes, join it, and then going to put it to uppercase. Okay, let's see if this is going to work as we expect. I'm also checking the chat. If there are any questions, please feel free to let me know right there, right? So back to default. Okay, as we have seen, the fallback shows the right initials. That's great. Now, there was a good idea that I got is now we're forcing with TypeScript that the user of our components, will like put in a source. Otherwise, it should like give me a an error like this. So when a user just like bypasses this, like with the ts ignore, this will break, right? So let's just add a check, like if props.name, like this we can do. Let's use this, and this should still like render, for example. Now, I don't think this is like a good. I don't think this is good enough. So we need like a proper error handling for this. So let's just change this and do this and this up. And then if it's not, else we will just throw my error. So throw a new error, name is required, for example. Throw. I've deleted some script tag here. Didn't want to do that. Right? What am I missing? Delete so many things. Okay. Yeah, I've seen this after before. So now it should throw a error if I'm correct. To load. Are we seeing this error? Where should the error come? I think no. Why am I not getting the error that I was expecting? Oh man. It's something. Hang on a second. Okay. Sorry for that. Now, where was I? Okay, so yeah, let's ignore this for now. It doesn't matter that much. The avatar is working for here. So let's just do the styling for now. So we'll add the style tag. We'll do it scoped, so it's only on this component, just to make sure. And now we're going to use the data parts, like the parts of the component, of the Ark component, and to style this. I'm not going to style the full thing for you guys. Let's just look into this. And what we have is we got the data scope avatar and the data part, like that. So what we can do, we can use that in our CSS, and then set it to equals. And data, what was it? Data part, right? Image. and indeed add a border radius is of 9999 and maybe a width of, let's say, 100 pixels, and also a height of 100 pixels, so we don't have gigantic avatars. So this should style the image part of the avatar. Okay, there we go. The border radius isn't good because it should be in pixels, right? There we go. That's what we want. Perfect. You can do the other part as well with this. I'm just going to skip that for now because I've absolutely no idea how much time I still have left. So my bad in this thing. Let's see. 20 minutes collapsed, I think. Okay. Now, what we need to do for a good component library is another thing that is called writing documentation, right? So we're going to create a new file using forge avatar.story.md. So this is going to be a markdown file with the extension story, so that it's also picked up by Histoire to display in the tab of the documents, right? So what we can do here, we can just like create something like this forge avatar, the cool avatar component, and then we can ask AI to generate a table from the props, for example. There we go. That's good. Looks good. That should be a good way to write our documentation, right? Okay, and then if we go back to Histoire, if I'm correct, we will have documentation. Not yet. Maybe I need to restart. Soon enough, there should be documentation. Okay, perfect. Now we have documentation under the docs tab, which is really good. We can put it all in one place. It's a little bit like in Storybook, you also have it there, right? Okay. We also have how to use it here and that kind of stuff. Perfect. Now we can also add some tests for this. Forge avatar.test.ts. And for the test, well, I've forgot to mention probably, but what I've set up is vtest with testing library Vue to make this easier, to make it more fun to write tests, because it never, I mean, never say never, but it's not my favorite thing to do. So what we're going to do is I'm going to start with a describe of your tests, right? And let's forge avatar. Thank you. That's AI is making it easier to write. I think we also need to import the describe describe from I believe it's, come on, vtest. There we go. Let me just check how much time I still have. 25 more minutes. Okay, perfect. Sorry, yeah, I should have put the timer down. It's my bad. Okay, so in here we can write our test. So it's should render the avatar with an image. Right. So let's do this. Then I probably need it imported as well. Now we're going to use the testing library. So we're going to get the render function from, so we need to render, import render function from the Vue testing library. There we go. Another thing we of course need is our component, right? So the Forge avatar. There we go. And that's what we're going to render. We're going to render the Forge avatar, and we're going to set some props. Think this, I don't know what's going to be with the via placeholder, but let's do it. And then we also set the name, of course. Yeah, let's go with John Doe. And then we have that's the arrange part. I like to use the arrange act and assert thing when writing tests. So let's get the avatar now. So the avatar image, right? We're using a query. So we have to import screen dot, and I like to use, if it's possible, things that are related to accessibility. So for example, get by alt text is a very good one, which should be filled in if we go back to the component here with the props name. So that's okay. And then so now we can see expect avatar image to be defined. Yes, I think so. Okay, expect, where does it come from? Does it tell me? Nope, it's from here. Expect, right? Nope. Is it from the Vue.js? Hang on. It is from the Vue.js. It was correct. I was wrong. So quick fix, import. There we go. And then to be defined. That's perfect. We can also expect that the avatar image should have the attribute, right? No, I don't want, it's not like this. We expect, but we're going to check if the avatar image has the attribute on source to be like the prop that we set in. So get attribute, that's more like it. Attribute, come on, my keyboard is failing me. There we go, source to be that. And then we're also going to expect the other attribute, the alt. Yep, that's what I want to be that. So that's one test that we did. We're going to do just one for now. If I'm going back to my terminal here, I'm going to use run test. And now let's hope everything is green. Otherwise, okay, perfect. Everything is green. We did it. Now we have a good component library with the component, with documentation, and also with a test. So it should be good. Now the last thing that we need to do is we need to export the component in the index file of our library, so it's available for the consumer of the of our component library, right? So let's start with importing the forged avatar from there, and then export it again so it's available for the user. All right, perfect. So now the user can import it directly from the root of our component library, which we will be doing in the playground. So for the playground, since we're using the workspace, so PNPM's workspaces, what we can do, so this is just a Next application. What we can do is we can just create a dependency here from the name of our component library and then link it to the workspace. So the name of the component library is sits in the package.json under the library package. That's this. So we just import it right there. Is it probably that we need to, I don't know. No, it's already in there. So I open to node models of it. Perfect. So what we can do now is, I know you probably want to use, want to have like the auto import on Nuxt, but for that we need to create a Nuxt model. It's not going to do right now, but yeah. So we can import, which is this time it's a named import, Forge avatar from TinyForge UI, and that one we will just add here Forge UI. Yeah, Copilot knows what I want, like this. And then it's funny that now it takes Pravator. We'll see. Let's just spin up pnpm run playground.dev. Just spin up our next playground. Let's open it. I hope it's gonna open. Okay, it opens here. That's in the wrong tab. I don't want that. And there we go. It's now using our our own avatar component that we built. So that's really cool. Let's see. I think I have 10 more minutes left. I don't think that's going to be enough to build like another component like the dialogue, for example. But what I can showcase a little bit, it's going to be just some pseudo code because I don't have Tailwind installed. But I know that Tailwind is something that many people like to use. What we're going to do is we'll start. We'll see where we get. What we can do is we add more styling. I'm going to copy paste this for now. Let's just go to my source tests. No, hang on. Okay, so this is all the styling I have written for the component. So if you would like have Tailwind set up, which we can do, which we probably also can do, but would be like class. And then we need the classes that we've written here, for example, on the image. So what we can do is class height will be, I don't know what it will be set to, maybe 4, I don't know, width 4, or you can do the fixed stuff. Although I would not recommend using pixel use that way. Just do it for that and then go around it, right? And that should be how you set Tailwind. Let's just quickly try and do this, shall we? It is gonna be on the fly, so bear with me. Going back to Tailwind. Totally hope this is a good idea, by the way. Installation, then the frameworks guide, because that's what we need. We can do Nuxt, but we will need feet, I think, using Vue. So we have that, and then we will use this. Let's see. So pnpm install this with the filter tiny UI, TinyForge UI it is. Just let's do this. Okay. I hope this is going to work. npx this minus filter. Just be sure and use this for now. Packages, then its library. Right. See if it works. Yes, please. Okay. Now we will need to do this probably. Let's see. Where did it at the Tailwind? I don't see it added, to be honest. Nope, that's not where that's not why we wanted, right? Okay, let's do this ourselves then. I have no idea why I'm doing this, but it's fun. So what we need is tailwind.config.ts probably. Going to just copy this whole thing in there. That should be good. And then we can create this. To be honest, I would suggest using cascading layers. Make it also easy for your users, but not right now. So just under source. Yeah, why not? There we go. And then inside Histoire, I will also add this. Yeah, this is like a CSS reset that I got from Joss. Joss. So let's just make sure it is in Histoire. Probably not going to work, by the way. So I'm just having fun live on stream. Sorry for that. By the way, if there are already questions, please go ahead. Maybe you're all dozed off with me just going crazy. Let's do this. Okay. And then we should be able to have classes in here. Let's do that. Let's try to see if it works. If not, I don't know. And I don't know why I did this. Is there anything else you want to see me doing? Because it seems like okay, seems like it works, but the H4 is absolutely tiny, so that's super cool. What we just did, let's just make it 10 for now. There we go. And rounded is not rounded. Let's make it 14. But that's cool, right? Perfect. Now we have Tailwind in there. It also has this added. I don't know. Going to ignore it for now. But yeah, that's how we built our own component library. And yeah, feel free to explore it a little bit more. Add your own components from Ark UI. Just again, I like Ark UI to do this because it just gives you the flexibility to create your components the way you want it, especially without the styling on top of it, with the autonomy parts that you have here that you can leverage. There are like a bunch of other components in here, and oh, there, that's a good. Thank you. So there is like on Discord a question which
we also have some questions for you too.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, I can go ahead and dive into the questions part.
Yeah, are you done? Just wanted to make sure we didn't want to cut you off.
I think I'm done. At the end, I just kind of went off and just yeah, build a Tailwind, which was not prepared. But,
but it's good to see.
Fun,
it's good to see. Yeah, and if we have more questions, make sure to drop them into Vito. So I'll go ahead and ask the questions.
Yes, please.
All right, give me just a second. All right, first one. What are your recommended practices for documenting and testing components built with Ark UI Vue, especially considering accessibility features?
All right. So what I would do for this, especially with the accessibility features, is that for testing, let's start with the testing part for this. For testing, I would not like care to test it myself because the accessibility features should be built in Ark UI for most of the things, except if you like change the alt and that kind of stuff. But normally you should not like have to test that things, because it should be in Ark UI. It should be tested by Ark UI itself, and no need to test it twice, let's say. For documenting, that's a little bit up to you, I feel. Um, I feel like it should be enough to document your own props and everything that you did for your own component library, and then maybe add a link to the Arc UI documentation for more, or you can use the Arc UI documentation and add it yourself into your documentation of your library. But I don't see like doing the work twice, to be honest.
Fair enough. Thank you. All right. Could you share your approach to versioning and maintaining backward compatibility when evolving your component library built on top of Arc UI?
All right. Let's think. So my approach with versioning will be using a library. I think I also set it up, but I didn't completely showcase it. But that's it. It's called change sets. So let me just like this. And this is really useful to do versioning and change logs for you. So it also works perfectly with multi-package like monorepos. And what it does, it's creates these small change set files. So let's, for example, I do think change set file where you can do. I don't hope my terminal is readable enough, which it has
It's a
like
little small, but
let me just like do this. Hope it's better. And it's also like blocked by the hang on, it's a little blocked, I see, by the question on my screen.
I know. There you go.
There we go. Yeah, whatever. I got it also. So it creates change sets, and it will also already set like a version in there, which you can follow like patch minor major. So and then it asks for, I don't know, summary, and it's changed it, which will be added to your code in here. And with this, you can use then change the change sets CLI again to publish. I mean to version your your package, and also publish it. I don't know exactly where it's in there, but there's like docs and yeah, it should be explained in here, like versioning and that kind of stuff. And it changes also your package JSON and stuff. So it's really a handy tool to use. And yeah, that's how that's my approach. Maintaining backwards compatibility. I can't really give you a good answer on that, to be honest. It's mainly because I haven't experienced that enough that I can give a good question, a good answer on it. Sometimes I would say just say like backwards compatibility with like previous version of Vue, like the 3.4 and 3.5 thing. Yes and no. Sometimes I think it's good that the user just upgrades as well. So yeah, I hope it's a good enough question. Good enough
I
answer.
mean, it helps. It helps. Thank you. And then last question, how do you approach component composition with Arc UI Vue? For instance, how would you build more complex components from primitive ones while maintaining flexibility?
I have to think about this one for a second. So I would like keep using another library like Arc UI for the more like the for like the logic, because I don't have to rewrite or write it myself. But I think it would be like a little bit the same, but instead of that's like in the example with the dialogue. I would add more options, like not only using props, for example, to passing data, but also leveraging slots and combine them, for example, using the expose functionality that you got, and that's kind of stuff. Um, yeah, that's how I
Great.
would approach it. Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for your time today. We appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Really enjoyed it. And let's, yeah, if this is like the end, I want to do a small shout out to the Vue School team, and also there is a course about building your own component library on Vue School. So, and it's more like, yeah, it has more in it than I showed today. So, hope you find also answers there. It's a little bit different approach, but it's good. It's a great course, so check it out. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much.